Hi everyone, today we are meeting with a current student, Arden, and she's going to shed some light on the Yin Yang Theory for us. Arden, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name's Arden Yingling, and I'm a student here in the master's program at the AOMA Graduate School of Integrative Medicine.
Great. So a lot of people are not very familiar with the theories behind Yin and Yang. Would you be able to tell us a little bit more about it?
Sure, absolutely. The Yin Yang Theory is a really great concept to start with when you're explaining traditional Chinese medicine to somebody, because it's a really broad concept that's a way not just to think about the medicine, but to think about life and really everything in the world in general. A lot of people have seen the traditional symbol for Yin and Yang, which is a circle, and it has the white curving one side that's fitted in with the black similar curve on the other side. They're sort of interlocking. And in that symbol, you have the yang side, which is the white side, and it represents light and warmth and energy and activity. And then you have the yin side, which represents darkness and cold and rest and passivity, things like that. And then within that symbol, if you look closer, the white side has a small black seed and the black side has a small white seed. And so that shows the kind of one of the central parts of this concept is that yin and yang contain each other, they can transform into each other, that they're really completely dependent on each other. You can't have one without the other. And so what that really is a concept of balance in the world, in everything in the world. And I think that that's something that people really understand kind of instinctively, because regardless of what you may know about any kind of Chinese theory, everybody is looking for balance in their lives. Everybody is busy, and you have jobs and you have family and you have other commitments to juggle. And we all are trying to find ways to fit that together in a way that feels harmonious. And we all kind of instinctively know that when it's out of balance and that you have too much of one thing and not enough of the other, things don't feel right in your life. And that's really what traditional Chinese medicine says as well, is that in a body, if yin and yang are out of balance with each other, you're going to have disease. That's how any kind of disease manifests, is by that balance not being present. And so the medicine seeks to work with your own body to bring that balance back. And so that's a really powerful system of medicine, because it's so individual, it's so personal. What works as a balance for one person is not necessarily the same balance that another person needs, and so you're really focusing on that person and their needs and their situation as it changes, over time. And I think that it's also a really empowering thing for people to think about, even when they're not specifically working on a disease with a Chinese medicine practitioner, to think about it in their own lives, because there are a lot of ways that you can work on your own to bring balance into your life. You can think about nutrition and what you're putting into your body. Are the foods that you're eating balanced in a good way? You can think about your activity level. So if you exercise, that's great, but you also need to have time for rest and quiet. That side is just as important as the working out. You can think about your relationships and how the dynamics of those are, and whether those feel balanced to you, and whether it's a healthy relationship for you and for the other person. Because, again, a disharmony in any of those aspects of your life can cause disease, physically, emotionally. It can manifest in all kinds of ways. And so people really do get the concept. We see it every day. We see day and night. We see winter and summer. We sort of understand the concept of opposing things, but that are dependent on each other and that fit together, and that's how the whole world works. And so once you understand the basics of this theory and how it fits in with this system of medicine, you start to think about everything in your own life and in the people around you in the world in a different way. And it really gives you a lot of power to make some really deep changes for yourself and for other people possibly as well.
Great. Well, thank you so much. That definitely sheds light on the subject. And we really appreciate you helping us out today, and hopefully we'll hear something again from you in the future.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.